Hi, my name is David Berg, and I'm the Vice President of Property Management for Hurley Development. And we manage and own about a dozen properties here in Clark County and Vancouver, Washington. This building is located at 9th and Broadway in downtown Vancouver. It has 5 stories, and it was built in 1975. This building's over 40 years old, and as most buildings do when they get to that age, different systems start breaking down with age and weather and just natural deterioration. So as a building owner, we had to look at different systems and try to decide which ones were most important for both energy savings as well as keeping the building running smoothly and keeping our tenants happy. The single pane windows really created an environment in the exterior offices that wasn't very comfortable, and it also resulted in a lot of heat loss and heat gain during the summer. And so we were trying to find ways that could make the occupants more comfortable, but also save energy on our power bill.
When you add a secondary window to an existing single pane window, you're essentially just creating that air barrier by adding 2 panes of glass and ensuring that there is a small amount of space so that convection can't take place. So that produces close to an R3 or an R4 window, which is approximately 3 to 4 times more resistive, thermally resistive than a single pane window. But the main benefits of secondary windows are energy savings, thermal comfort improvements, noise reduction properties, and air leakage reduction. Secondary windows were a really good solution for 915 Broadway. It was a completely electric heated building, a couple large electric boilers, and so that's a fairly inefficient system, and so there was a lot of benefit financially to reducing the energy consumption of the HVAC system.
We were looking at a number of options to achieve energy efficiency, so we talked to Bonneville Power Administration and Clark PUD, and we were really blown away by the benefits that a secondary window system offered. With minimal impact to our budget, we could achieve 10 or 15% savings of electricity forever, and that was huge to us because we have electric boilers that aren't very efficient, and so a 10 or 15% savings on that is about the same as getting another tenant added onto our portfolio, so it was a real benefit to us.
Being a 5-story building with difficult access to the exterior, it would have been a lot more challenging to do a full window replacement. In fact, I think the building owners in the past had received quotes for full windows replacements, and they were extremely high, partially due to access to the building, being able to get cranes around the building to be able to build scaffolding or whatever they would have to do in order to do the full window replacement. Secondary window, especially when it's an interior, can be done quite easily in stages throughout the building. It can be done all within the building, so you don't have to worry about weather. And it's also a lot less impactful on the occupants because you can do it, without completely opening the building up.
The tenants are reporting that they're not experiencing draftiness or extremely hot offices on the hot summer afternoons, especially on the south side of the building where the sun comes in, and on the west on a hot day. Those tenants are extremely happy, and whereas we used to get complaints on I'd say at least a daily or weekly basis, we haven't heard any complaints since these windows have been installed. Summer 2021, in late June, we had a 116-degree day, which we have never had in the Portland, Vancouver metro area before, and I was really worried because even on a high 90s day, we would be experiencing a lot of tenants that were complaining or even having to go home early. The windows had just been installed, and we were looking at the digital control system throughout the day and checking on it and making sure that how the building was performing, and for the most part, the offices were about 72 degrees. We had some that got up to 74, 75, but we were really surprised because even with how efficient we knew these were, we didn't expect it to perform that well. I would definitely recommend secondary windows. The installation was painless, and they're performing exactly like the way we expected them, and I don't know why you wouldn't want to consider this if you had single pane windows to begin with in your building.